Hi, I'm Josh from Brooks Chiropractic. In this video, I want to take you through the Deadbugs exercise. I'm going to take you through 3 stages of the exercise and explain to you the benefits as well. So when we train Deadbugs, we're targeting the deep muscles of the core called the transversus abdominis. Their job is to stabilise the lumbar spine, but they are also postural, so we should be using them all the time, even when we're sat down and stood up. The problem with these muscles is they often get weak and they can also get underactive, which means then that the muscles of the posterior lumbar spine, the ones running down the back, end up doing all the work, which is why they so often get tired, achy and sore. When we train these muscles, we're not only trying to increase the strength, but we're trying to make them more active as well, and we do that by reinforcing the neurological pathway between the brain and the muscle. Repetition is key. The more you do this exercise, the stronger that pathway becomes and the better contraction you'll get whilst actually performing the exercise itself. When we do the exercise, there are 3 stages. We recommend starting out on stage 1, just so that you can make sure that you're maintaining good form and maintaining good activation of the correct muscles. And then as you get stronger, you can start to work your way through the stages. As we lay on our backs, most people will have a bit of a curve through the lumbar spine, a bit of an arch. The way that we engage those deep postural muscles is by flattening it out that curve. So we're going to push our lower back down into the floor, and you should feel tension across the whole front of the abdomen. That's how we know we've engaged those deep postural muscles. You need to maintain this contraction throughout the whole exercise, and then whilst maintaining the contraction, you need to raise one leg off the floor just to cut an inch or 2, and you should feel the stress going through those muscles of the abdomen. You really try and work on keeping your back flat against the floor. You're going to hold that position for 5 breaths, and then you're going to swap legs and hold that for 5 breaths, and then you have 5 breaths rest and repeat 5 times. The reason that we hold it for breaths is because you need to make sure that you maintain breathing throughout holding the contraction, because we don't want to cheat and use our diaphragm. We want to make sure we're using those transversus abdominis muscles. So that's stage 1. Stage 1 is with the legs bent. For stage 2, all you're going to do is extend that leg that you're holding off the floor out away from you, so it's nice and straight, and just again 1 or 2 inches off the floor. You're going to hold that for the same amount of time as stage 1, so 5 breaths on each leg, 5 rest, and then repeat 5 times. If having your leg outstretched is too difficult to start with, and it's too big of a jump to go from stage 1 to stage 2, then you can just go halfway, just with the leg slightly straighter, and work your way towards having the leg fully outstretched. As you make the exercise more challenging, you really have to check to make sure you've still got the right muscles engaged and that you're keeping that lower back flat against the floor. Once you feel like stage 2 is becoming too easy, you can move on to stage 3, which involves using the arms and the legs. This one's quite a lot more challenging, so you really need to focus on maintaining good form. You have the legs bent and the arms outstretched above you, and then you extend one leg and the opposite arm until it's just off the floor, and then you controlled bring it back to the beginning. You don't need to hold for this one, you just go to the end and then back to the start position, and then you swap legs and arms accordingly. Repeat this for as many times as you can whilst maintaining good form, and then do that for 2 sets. Have a little rest in the middle just to catch your breath, and then try again for a second set. As I mentioned before, don't worry if you can't feel this working immediately. Sometimes you need a couple of goes at it before you really sort of connect the brain to the muscle. Just persevere. The more you do the exercise, the more benefit you'll feel like you're getting. And that's it for this video. Any problems or questions with the exercise, feel free to get in contact and we'll do what we can to help.